To all Teleradio Bandido viewers and listeners,
you can now watch Teleradio Bandido on our new YouTube channel, RJAM News.
Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup.
All right, let's just get started. Ta-da! How's my... All right, so there. Good evening to everyone. And there's just one important question that I want to start and roll the show out with. Who here feels alive to? Who here feels lucky to be alive? Diba? So type me in the comment box because I am sure that I am one of those people who feels lucky to be alive along with their families, along with their loved ones. So if you feel lucky that you are still here and thankful that you are still here, just type me and grateful in the comment box. Okay, so life is precious. I just want you to remember, so don't ever forget that. Celebrate each day. Okay, celebrate each day that you are still here. Okay, 365 days or more since COVID-19 hit our shores. All right, so I'd like to welcome you all to our show tonight. I am DJ Chin, and this is Good, Great, Unstoppable, the Francine de las Alas show. And we are sending good vibes from DZRJ 8:10 a.m. And every Saturdays, I encourage you guys to join us from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. as we broadcast live, as we live broadcast our show. Diba? You can also follow us through TV Plus boxes and, of course, our YouTube channel. That's RJ News PH. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you have fresh updates of our shows each time. And while you are at it, right, why not also like and share our page? Okay, so for those who will do this, who will hit the subscribe button in our RJ News PH YouTube channel, as well as liking and sharing our page, thank you in advance to you guys who follow and share our content. Okay, so mabuhay kayong lahat. Anyway, so this expression, speaking of mabuhay kayong lahat, has never meant so literally till the last year. All right, it used to be just a well-wishing or a congratulatory expression. Now it also means stay alive. So for those of you, especially who click and who click like and share our page, for those of you who subscribe to our channel, not only mabuhay kayo, that the goodwill and God's blessings and graces be with you, but also that you will literally be alive for years to come. My prayer for you guys is 100 years happy, fulfilling, prosperous life expectancy. Gusto nyo ba yun? Diba? I'm sure gusto nyo yun. You want to live long and also be prosperous at the same time. Diba? Nobody wants a sampung kahig, isang tuka life. Okay? So anyway, speaking of COVID, much as I want to move on from this, I can't. Last week, we had a COVID emergency within our family, and fortunately, it was moderate and treatable. And the rest of the family got exposed also are so far okay and did not show signs and tested negative. So, but just as I had been PSAing, public service announcing here since the beginning of the pandemic last March 2020, the following remain universally true as far as staying COVID-free and staying alive are concerned. In the beginning, people, of course, you remember, kept saying and wishing everyone, reminding everyone to stay safe and healthy. But on this show, I started reminding everyone not just to stay safe and healthy, but also to stay smart. And along with that, we also our special shout out also was stay smart, stay moneyed, stay healthy, stay safe. Diba? And just much recently, especially with the surge and the abnormal variant, diba? Virulent type of COVID-19 that is already also around us, it was also necessary to add their stay alive. So guys, our COVID-19 case, as far as our COVID-19 case is concerned, this could have been avoided. Really, I'm very, very, very sure of that. Ninja moves when we need to be out. Okay? So I suppose many of our old ways of doing things have to be suspended, or we need to be strategic in meeting them. We can still go out, but we have to be strategic. We have to be tactical. Again, we will go back to staying smart. Okay? So operative words, guys, when you do this, is strategic. Thus, as I said, stay smart is an important reminder, and tool for us to be free from COVID. And of course, second, being moneyed, guys. You know what? In this experience, hospital bills, I've learned what hospital bills mean, right? And also related peripheral expenses such as swabbing, isolation needs, caregiver needs, and many others. Diba? All of these guys, they have cost, okay? Not to mention the incidental exposures of other family members also add to the cost and care. So we also have to think about that, because when somebody gets COVID positive in the family, it's not only that person, everyone has to mobilize and has to make sure that that person gets care. And with that mobilization, exposure is inevitable. And should, and thank you God, God forbid that it's just low or zero or minimum exposure to the virus. We are thankful for that. But what if it's not? Diba? So those things also add up to the cost, and it's like a domino effect once somebody gets COVID-19 in your family. So we couldn't, yeah, and what I can just truly say that is very much aligned with my reminders of be moneyed also while during this COVID-19 is we could not have pulled this off if we were careless about our own financial wellness. Insurance played a large part of this, diba? So, but even insurance, even if before pre-pandemic, if we have been doing this, if we have invested in insurance even before the pandemic came, it still has cost, diba? It's cost for an unplanned expense in the future. So, ang bottom line, guys, even before, diba, there's always been a shout out, even before, please, diba, be money, do something. Hindi na po totoo kasi talaga, later on, I will take that up. Hindi na totoo with this day and age that you can still not uh, not have many different means to earn honest living. Okay? So anyway, unfortunately, in our case, 'di ba, that future arrived, yung binabayaran namin sa insurance, binabayaran sa insurance, it finally arrived today, last Friday. Hold on, ha. So guys, and here, so when it arrived, ito lang din yung lesson ko. Huwag tayong umasa sa pera ng pinaghirapan ng iba. Kasi hindi naman para sa inyo yon. It's para sa mga mahal nila sa buhay. So we have to think about that. We cannot feel bad if nobody donates to us, if nobody sends ayuda to us, 'di ba? Because in an everyday setup in the Philippines, those who are working, kapos naman talaga. So you cannot, kapos naman talaga, and not everyone's financially literate. Not everyone, everyone do not really work financial wellness into their daily game plan, into their yearly game plan. So if nobody comes to our rescue financially, we cannot feel bad. We have to respect that. In fact, I shouldn't personally, I should not. Personally, my take on that is if it happens to me, I don't want to ask for money. Why? Because that's not that is something that money, ask for it, is somebody else's effort and energy. Parang sa akin, ang kapal ko naman, 'di ba? Ang kapal ko naman kung hihingi ako ng pera na pinagtrabahuan, 'di ba? 'Di ba samantalang ako, hindi ko trinabaho yung dapat kong trinabaho para maging financially secure. So, 'yun. So that is so if you have no nest egg, okay, now, and you are still untouched by the illness or by COVID-19, but is a risk because you go out for work, start your extra income and savings, or ultimately build your financial wellness already. Make money has always been the shout out also of the show, right? You need at least, guys, alam nyo ba, you need at least 800,000 for COVID if moderate ka, and to be admitted in the decent hospital to be given those medication, the Resmerier, hindi ko ma-pronounce, and the Dexa something methone, all right? And of course, the doctor's fees and the hospital fees and the everything. That's you need at least 800,000. Ang problema, wala ka naman nun, 'di ba? Wala rin ako nun. So if wala ka, you can't ignore this advice of making money. Okay? So to everyone and one us out there, apply our COVID PSA. We have been shouting this out for years. Stay smart, stay moneyed, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay alive. Okay? Find a way. Let's all use our creativity, our cognitive and mental creativity to create solutions so that we are financially buffered. Diba? You know, what's great about the COVID-19, especially if you have not been touched by the illness, diba? It's also, of course, a lot of people, it's a crisis, but it's also an opportunity to build something, build an honest goal, financial wellness goal, health goals, family goals out of it. Okay? So, nasa perspective na po natin kung paano natin siya titignan. But what I guarantee you is if you think you can't or you can, you are both right. But isa lang doon ang tatama ng buhay nyo at magdidiretso at mag-aayos ng buhay natin. Siyempre doon sa I can. Okay? So, let's say thank you. You will be, I guarantee you guys, if you do stay smart, stay moneyed, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay alive, you will be thanking yourself later, later, if and when you heed this advice. Okay? So, ano pa, guys? Alam nyo ba? One of the realizations ko this last week proved that masarap talagang maging mayaman. I don't have the means to pay my COVID-19 bills if I do get it, or if anyone in my immediate family tests positive. Kulang pa. But what we had though during this whole time was some allocation for my family for small emergencies. So nakatulong siya. So in this situation, I saw the difference between being financially ready and financially incapable. And truth, the difference was having the truest feeling of peace of mind. Imagine, place yourself in a situation, if you test positive today and you have no money, you have no financial security, kahit a small allocation, what's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to your family? That's really gonna rile. That's really gonna challenge your peace of mind. That's really gonna stress you out and take away the calm until you are safe. You and your family are safe from COVID. So in our case, guys, we needed caregiver, and we are glad that we could provide it. We needed a swab, and we are glad that we could provide it. We needed 20%. We needed 20% to be able to foot part of the bill, even if hindi namin kaya pa yung 100. But dahil hanggang dito lang din yung kaya namin. But unfortunately, there is insurance. But again, it still required being moneyed. So can you imagine if we did not have that small emergency fund that I really allocate for my family, that kami ng husband ko, na wala kaming igagalaw, we would be so worried. T minus 1 pa lang. Di ba? Tama ba yun? Time plus 1 hour. We would be so stressed out already. But we were able to at least do it one situation at a time, and carry it out one situation at a time, one day at a time. and bring us there. And yun, it gave us enough time, whatever we could provide, it gave us enough time to plan and strategize how we will respond to the rest of the situation, diba? Especially the ones that need financial responses, diba? So far, diba, as of today, matagal pag na-COVID ka, at least 10 to 14 days. So far, parang kaya pang iwing ng insurance, 'di ba? Kaya pang iwing ng insurance. So guys, ako yun natutunan ko. I think we should also get insurance. But anyway, so yun. So aside from this, of course, the aside from this is if you are financially if you set yourself up for financial wellness, makakatulong ka pa. Our caregiver tested positive. Can you imagine? Tested positive COVID-19, but you were able to give him the USANA policy, di ba? Our vitamin C and other immediate groceries na sana panggamit niya uh, while he was still the caregiver of my dad. So pinauwi na lang ng kapatid ko, 'di ba? So para siyang naggrocery ng libre. So anyway, but then yun nga, it's a no-brainer, 'di ba? Because kailangan din niya. So those are things that you can those are the realization na talagang masarap maging mayaman because kung mabuti kang tao, right? Mabuti kang tao, hindi mo issue yung sasama ka because of it. And then, ang kung mabuti kang tao, makakatulong ka sa pamilya mo at sa mga pwede mong gusto mong tulungan. Okay? So here is my message. Next time, guys, that you look down on the idea of being rich or wealthy, make it your goal and dream first. And take actions towards it. Then when you get there, give away what you think is too much for you, or give away the extra, or give away everything if you really don't want it, di ba? That way you build communities pa. Ang pag mahirap kasi puro dole out lang and does not pag mahirap ano nangyayari, you end up giving dole outs, and di ba, and it does not really build the communities, or it does not really build lives. Parang ano lang 'yon, panandalian lang, right? Panandalian lang. So to those people who go and campaign, diba, towards financial wellness and financial literacy, and those people who really advocate having negosyo, especially in this time, day, and age, really hats off ako sa inyo. And to all those individuals out there whom you think na wala kayong magagawa, guys, are so many honest, legal, moral, ethical na way so that we can take ourselves from bankruptcy or being broke, and take it and to a point where we can afford our life slowly but surely. Okay, so that's an important, and that's coming from someone who had a COVID emergency. That's a sort of first-hand experience, diba? So anyway, so congratulations. Now, if you say, okay, so to those who think that there's nothing that we can do because there's really a lot, if you say that na wala nang way para umunlad or kumita, or life is harder, as what this article I was reading the other day, na 60% of the Filipinos find that life had been harder in the last year. So if you say that if you say that you have no choice or no way of becoming, or no way of becoming rich in this day and age, that is where you are be for you, simply because you keep thinking that way. So your mind is shut and it doesn't open for channels for you to think creatively and honest means on how you can utilize your talent and your gift to earn the additional income, or earn or prosper even in this day and age. So in fact, I want to congratulate our teammate. Ito yung proof, guys, who earned $1,000 who earn $1,000 per week, $2,000 per week, $3,000 per week, $4,000 per week, $5,000 per week. And dig this, they earned this for 4 straight weeks. Imagine earning $1,000 per week or 5,000 every single week for the last 4 weeks, diba? And on top of that, guys, this was done on an MCQ and on a pandemic at that. And then, if you really want to be so mind blown, this is not a fluke and this is not chamba. In fact, many committed distributors in our company have been hitting these successes pre-pandemic and even more so during the start of ECQ last year. So if you're looking for a solution for your finances, especially this pandemic, all you have to do is to be willing to start and succeed. If not, then you will be part of the 60% whose life is harder this pandemic as reported in Esquire Money, di ba? So if you are one of those that's from stressful, it's really going to be more stressful if we are not going to put ourselves ahead of the problem. Okay? So yeah, so congratulations again to the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 dollars per week income earners in the last 4 weeks. Congratulations, and my hashtag to you guys is we will be you. Okay? So tama ba? So write tama in the comment box if you are one of those who will also start earning this regularly, 'di ba? Ang sarap kaya nun. What will you do with $20,000 if you start earning that, 'di ba? What will you do with your first $1,000 if you start earning that? Ako ang sasuggest ko sa inyo guys, I will, even before you start earning that, start coming up with your monthly allocations, 'di ba? And honor your monthly allocations para nasasanay ka ng hindi one day millionaire. So in my case guys, you know what? I had a uh, an argument with my husband kasi hindi niya ma-imagine na ako gusto ko 60 million a month na income, o, di ba? Why? Because I know our finances and I know where I want my life to go. Eh, magkaiba naman kami ng husband ko. My husband is really more of a provider and the one that really, di ba, the one that really makes decision. Alam na niya kung saan pupunta yung allocations as typically based on the income that our family earns, di ba? Pero hindi kasama doon sa dumadating, hindi kasama doon yung mga pangarap, diba? Yung mga health, yung mga savings, hindi success setup. So marami pa. And being a philanthropic by nature, I want to be able to provide, to donate to causes in terms of health and eradicating poverty, eradicating diseases, eradicating illiteracy, di ba? Yun yung mga causes na gusto kong talagang bigyan. Hindi pwedeng 100 pesos or 20 pesos a month lang yon, di ba? Because there are about how many people in the planet? 8 billion people in the planet, and we have to be able to at least provide some 50% hope. So for me, I've always, I think I shared this now. Yeah, I'm sure I shared this now with you. I always pretend that I already have a 1.5 million income, 60 million income a month, that I have 48 million income a year. And then I allocated na. And I also, because it's my first time, di ba, to have that much money, I also have to honor that part that I deprived. Like I like shopping in Lazada. There are things that I want to buy in Lazada. There are gadgets that I want to buy in Greenbelt. There are clothes and accessories that I want to buy in Gucci, right? And I'm not much of an LV fan, but I'm now seeing the value of it in terms of investment. Yun. So there are things that make me happy in terms of retail therapy. Okay, so I also put that. That's very important. I have one for me, one for my husband, and one each for my kids. Why? I put that in the allocation because nga I don't want to be one day millionaire. So sinasanay ko yung utak ko na I know where my money is going. Diba? So I plan. So kayo guys, if you are one of those who says that you will also start earning $1,000 a week, 2,000, $5,000 per week, bago pa dumating yan, guys. You don't want to be a one-day millionaire, and my advice sa inyo is pretend. What will you do with $20,000 per month? Okay? Sama nyo dyan yung sa family, as far as community building is concerned, you put that family first, syempre, di ba? So, what else? Family first, and then, I don't know who's next in line. Maybe your sino yung mga family immediate, and then the secondary family, and then the ones around you, maybe in your neighborhood, ganon. So, but practice na. Practice. Masarap maging mayaman na may disiplina. Okay? So, anyway, so it's already 7:27. I hope that so far I am making sense sa inyo. Okay? So remember that everything that I have shared with you earlier is coming from personal experience, things that I have learned, and things that can work for anybody. Okay? Because I'm one of those that before I put out a lesson out there, before I share anything, I really, 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 really test them over and over and over if the lessons are universally true and will never, ever, ever, ever change. And you know what? So far, hindi talaga siya nag-change. So, I'm sharing that with you because who knows, one of you might need it. Okay? So, now, our convo for today, if we're talking about being that everyone is going to be a sure success, here's an antithesis to that convo. Also very interesting, okay? Because in our, I start, wait, never mind. I'll tell you about that later. Our convo for today is there really such a thing as luck in success? Meron nga bang swerteng tao when it comes to success? Okay? So moving on, um, so we have a so this is very exciting kasi pag-usapan natin swerte. Swerte, 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 swerte mo, swerte, swerte ko, at puro swerte, swerte lang. Diba? So who doesn't want to be lucky, right? So type this. I want to be lucky 24/7. Type that there and let it be a prayer for a prayer that we can all say amen to. Okay? So anyway, we've heard the quote, success is really a matter of luck. Ask any failure ang saklap, diba? You know what, guys? I don't consider myself successful. Very high kasi ang standard ko. Okay, I don't lie to myself. I don't say, I'm successful because I have a radio show naman. No, that's not it. Diba? I'm successful because I became a better version of myself from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, to 10 years ago to today. No, yeah, diba? I was able to beat my demons and drama. That's not my level. My definition of success is if it will uplift and improve the lives of my family, and it will also improve, uh, be a source of change, diba? Help that can change the world and can also take me to my goals and my dreams. So, syempre, lahat yon may cost. So, that's why, di ba, I said, financial wellness is my biggest dream and biggest goal to date. So, anyway, because that is my standards very high for myself and I don't really lie, di ba? I don't really lie. Hold on. So, I would consider myself a failure kasi ang layo pa eh, 'di ba? 60 million a month, 'di ba? Ano ba yung income namin? Right? So, I know malayo pa. So, for me, I'm still a failure. I do have something, but I need more tenacity, 'di ba? And fight to get me to the 60 million a month. 'Di ba? Who knows, right? Sabi nga nila, libreng mangarap. So, please, walang basagan ng trip. Ikaw, pili ako, alam ko kung bakit 60 million. Whether it's one every month or per year, I know why, right? Ikaw, alam mo ba? So kung babasagin mo yung trip ko, it simply means na hindi mo alam kung ano yung cost ng buhay mo at ang pangarap mo, or what the universe can give you. Okay? So anyway, so since I consider myself a failure, I can really say when I look at the others, grabe, ang swerte nila because, whatever they decide on and work on, it's just parang the breakthrough and the timing is just always readily available for them. So that's why I can say na, oo, tama tong quote na to. Success is really a matter of luck. Ask any failure. So anyway, so I was in search of our convo for today and found myself in the direction nga of swerte, of luck, di ba? I mean, does this really play a role? So I talk a lot about how we help ourselves succeed, but but for this, so some episodes, I want a breather topic, something that's not really of my own. So, because one, I just only know some stuff. I don't know everything. Okay, but I also wanted to talk about success to keep inspiring others to go for their goals. So luck and success. So those are the things that I was playing on, and luck, success, and a topic that's not mine. Something that I can be just that I can combine a bit of what I know and tie it up to that particular content, so to speak. So our convo for today is an article that I found after asking, does luck play an important part in our success? So, kayo guys, what will type your answer in the comment box? What do you think? Does luck play an important part in success? Okay? So, I'm gonna give you a couple of scenarios. Would, diba? Would, hold on. Would Apple computers, diba, be here if it were just Steve Wozniak, the engineer, okay, the engineer behind the tech guy behind Apple computers? Or did luck play a timely role when Steve Jobs and him became friends back in high school? They became BFF of sorts because they shared a common interest in techie stuff. Diba? Likewise, would Pixar, the producer of Toy Story, have produced Toy Story with if Steve Jobs did not see the works of John Lasseter when he was, I think, I think, parang there was talks of merger between the two, or between Steve Jobs and Apple, I think. So I don't remember much, pero yun yung story. Steve Jobs saw the work of yung lamp, that you see that lamp in Toy Story. That's what Steve Jobs saw, and he saw potential, and Toy Story was the first one that came out of that. So yun nga, 'di ba, may uh, kung hindi sila nag-meet, 'di ba? If there was no talk of merger or buyout or something, baka walang Toy Story, or Pixar would have started late. No Toy Story, but Pixar would have probably never been born, or probably started 10 years later pa. In our industry, guys, would the top income earners get their promotions and achieve their goals as soon as they dove into their game plan? Or is the luck of perfect timing also present? Kasi guys, I'm so amazed by these people, by these income earners. Kasi they make a plan, diba, at the beginning of the year, and they put it in a time frame, diba? So they do it strategically, pero but whether there's the plan and strategic, diba, execution, the thing is how they envisioned it. Parang it almost happens like this, plus many miracles. Marami dun sa plans na hindi nangyayari, di ba? Pero the fact that they went through the plans, I will talk about it actually. Going through the plan and going through it strategically pa rin, and being committed and being determined, if malasin man sila, meron pa ring something happens that overturns that, di ba? Kasi the plan doesn't go, not all plans go well. And then, not only does something happen to overturn that, di ba, that bring them the wins, but also, what happens is, may miracles, meron pa talagang more graces na hatak. Sobrang talagang nakaka-elevate ng momentum and energy miracle, so to speak. I can't, di ba? So anyway, so what about the vendors, diba, that we see in our markets and our street hawkers, who are actually more money than those who graduated from college, diba, and universities? Are these is the vendor's choice more intuitively lucky, diba, and lucky by default? Diba? Kasi kami, like, kunwari college graduate, we choose a course, for example, business administration, and most of us end up as what? Teachers, or basta not, or teachers, basta hindi naka-align sa course that we have done. But unlike these vendors, they say, okay, I'm gonna sell buko. Diba? They probably tried other stuff, but I'm gonna sell buko, I'm gonna sell fruits or what, and yet, diba? Yet, this is how they are able to parang hit. Di lang sila goals, maybe because the level of know-how, diba? Pero they're able to hit their goals unknowingly, diba? Whether it's short term, or more, or a little bit more money, or have savings, send the kids to school, to colleges, diba? So again, so that's the difference. Samantalang those who graduate from college, alam na natin, only very few become CEOs and vice presidents or presidents of companies, or general managers, or ano ba. So anyway, how about speaking of general managers, even in the workplace, if two guys are vying for the same position, one is more talented, diba, than the other, pero the one who ends up getting the job, the CEO job, is the one that's not really that talented. Yeah, sure, there's attitude, but there's still something na, toe-to-toe, cutthroat competition, and yet for some reason, it's the other guy that seem to be not so deserving of the position gets it. Parang gano'n, di ba? So you get what I mean? So in all these scenarios that I painted, is you kind of see a thin thin ray of luck that plays an important role in overturning outcomes that favor certain people to succeed, right? Now, so the question is, as I said, did luck play a time role? So if you ask me, guys, if you ask me, I'm siguro maybe because I'm really curious also on the esoteric level, right? I'm curious about how God really gives His graces. So ang answer ko, what I've seen is that I think greatly, yes, that luck plays an important part in our success. Diba? Breakthroughs, I think, okay, breakthroughs in the nick of time or breakthroughs that happen without your intervention or without your intervention, I think are God given swoops. Okay, He comes there and swoops you up and sends you the support that you need. So in our company alone, I really get amazed. Ito na yung kwento ko, diba? How each of the success stories succeed at the right moment. And what I mean, meaning they succeed upon the execution of their game plan and do so like clockwork. Yun na nga yung kinukwento ko sa inyo earlier, di ba? But what I love about this, guys, is it is an energy booster and a mobilizer. So while others are forging through and it's able to talagang, wow, rush to the gates of luck and success, those other small players, diba? Those other small players like us, it the great thing about this, it is also that luck energy also parang gets sprinkled around us through the form of an energy that boosts us and mobilize us to follow suit. Okay, so if you are so in other words, if you are one of the slow but determined player, the successes here the successes here inspire you and compel you to keep going and going and going as well. So ako, I'm a firm believer that you must always be with these kinds of people who really, really, really talagang um, who really, really push themselves and rush, diba, with so much power and energy through the gates of luck. Okay, out of determination to make their lives better, not only their lives but their loved ones as well. So I'm a firm believer of that because I'm also a firm believer that if you are in this kind of crowd, it also that energy, diba, that high, that rush of success, that and that energy of luck also reaches us, and if we keep going, we hit a tipping point that also tips us over towards tips us over on the side of luck that also favors our goal. But we have to have a goal. We have to have a goal. We have to take an action. We cannot quit. We cannot stop. And we have to surround ourselves with people who have the same aspiration and energy and determination and commitment to get, diba, to get all the goals and that they have set their sights on. Okay, so um, so fortunately, okay, this kind of momentum and energy and booster and locking talagang rush, 'di ba? A rush of hordes of successful people who really break the gates of luck. This kind of energy and momentum, unfortunately, is just really is not present in the trad side. Okay, so if you're looking, you may parang so tignan mo luck, 'di ba? Hiwa-hiwa in the trad side, konti lang hiwa-hiwalay. They're not able to spin that momentum or trickle or give that momentum or energy into the ones out into their family, to the ones around them. Wala, ganun. Kasi the system is different. Okay, the system is different. So so the system is different. So in our side, uh, in our side as It's both fortunate and somewhat unfortunate kasi yung iba hindi nag um, assumes a lot about our industry and a negative naman and does not work for them work well for them. These kinds of simultaneous massive luck happens most frequently in our industry, as I said, because of our system. So one can yun nga, because the system, siguro because it's tulungan, di ba? It's tulungan and the system and the compensation plan uh, is um, is not just hindi lang siya traditional na benta-benta. You really work together. You really grow together. You really change for the better together. So okay, but if you are in this industry, you will meet one lucky breakthroughs after another if you are committed and determined. So, but if you transfer here, 'di ba? It will still ang siguro warning ko lang is it will not luck will not come to you. You still have to come up to luck. Kayo pa rin ang lalapit sa luck. But basically, the key is still you. Yun na nga lang, if you are in this industry, it's gonna be easier because the system is built that way for massive success and massive energy of luck. Diba? The trickle, yeah, that gets parang gets showered hanggang the closer you are to these winning individuals. Okay? So, but again, now, what does the article say? I found this article in Scientific American. So, the role of luck in life success is far greater than we have realized. This is an article written by Scott Kaufman. So in it, he posits, Scott says that the question, are the most successful people in societies the luckiest people as well? Okay, and he found out that yes, the most successful people are also the luckiest people. It isn't and the thing is, it isn't even in just being excellent. So remember your valedictorians, di ba? Your summa cum laudes, not all of them are rich. Kukonti lang, siguro baka 1% of all the summa cum laude worldwide. Why? Because it's not talent. It's not talent pala. It's not being excellent that gets the luck. So weird, diba? You just have to be successful. The thing is, everyone can be successful. So that the right off the bat, luck is already on our side. So on a personal note, here is also my findings in the personal study of success, habits, and discipline. So ito na nga yun. It does not mean that just because we read all the books on success or good habits or success discipline that we can land success. Okay, that's one. So you can memorize all the habits and then work on it to have to work to develop it in yourself, diba? Follow all the books to the letter every single day, but it doesn't mean that we will succeed. Okay, what is somewhat true, guys, is that there's some what is that there is somewhat a few but relevant habits or discipline correlated to what we intend to do or build. Okay? Hindi lahat ng habits or discipline we need to habituate or ingrain in us are are na hindi tayo kailangan perfect, kumbaga. This finding is consistent with the finding that yun nga, that it's not only na it's not excellence that makes success alone. Okay, so tatandaan niyo yun. So again, there are relevant significant habits directly correlated to your success, and your success is directly correlated to the goals that you have set out. As I said earlier, guys, luck is already on our side to begin with. Maybe mga 50%, 'di ba? Kasi success is basically 20% attitude and 80% skill. Skills can be learned. Ang attitude can be developed, 'di ba? Kaya lang, it will only be developed, both of them, both the attitude and the skills can be developed if we show up. Pero nevertheless, I think it's comforting to know that we can all be lucky, but first we have to be successful. And 'di ba? That's very comforting to know. So again, let me just remind you, hindi lang excellence, okay? The excellence is not the only ingredient that plays role in that plays a significant role when it comes to luck in successful people. So what else did Scott Kaufman point out? He also pointed out that in the experiments done to determine luck, though there will be unlucky moments for these successful lucky individuals, here's the thing. Let's say they set out a plan. Diba? This is their game plan to get to, let's say, $1 million in 50 months, to earn $1 million in 50 months. So you lay out all the plan, diba? And many of those plans will be a dud, diba? May bumalpak, malas, it will not work kasi zero talaga. And sometimes you end up wasting time because out of your faith and belief na ito gagana to, you end up really working on that particular action plan until you finally realize that you have to break free from it because it's not working out. Those are unlucky roll of the dice, diba? You made a game plan and an action plan thinking that it's going to work, and your dice is you jumping into the game plan. So pwedeng, and all throughout, as I said, pwedeng they will not work. Maybe half or 60 or 80% of your plan will not work. But here's the thing. The minute that big successful individuals hit the success point, diba? It's parang double. They end up attracting or generating more twice the luck that they that twice the luck agad. So can you imagine? So out of these lucky people, di ba? They successful lucky people, they can fail, malas, nothing. But at one point, but when they do finally hit that point where they succeed and success and luck comes together, bumabawi naman ang luck. So, nagdo-double up. So, as for me, that's one of the most fascinating thing. Kasi again, success is already built inside of us because we all have the mental, emotional, and cognitive abilities to build luck into our system, to build success, diba? So the difference with, and all we have to do is just to keep moving towards that goal, working on our game plan, taking on our action. Because one way or the other, diba, you're going to succeed, and one way or the other, the more success that you build with you, the more that you invite, the more that you and luck you invite luck to come closer to you or to come to you. And diba? And when this happens, guys, even if malasin ka na sa ibang plan mo or game plan mo or hindi matupad yung mga ibang game plan, it didn't work out well, the fact is solid determination, solid commitment, never giving up, never quitting will still take you to the point of success and to the meeting point of success and luck all together. Isn't that fascinating? So, what do we do now? If luck plays an important role in our success, diba? If we're not, so I don't think anyone, there are few people probably who are born lucky, diba? They're born lucky, but not everyone was born with successful right away. It's developed. So I think that's one point for us, diba? Kasi we can develop it. Now, so if luck is the case for breakthroughs, diba, to happen, I highly recommend that one. This is what we can do, okay? So that luck will be on our side. That we take a leap into our dreams and in our goal. And eto, I'm just gonna underscore it. Take a leap into our industry, especially if you're already in your late 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, and even 60s, because the system permits for luck to happen. And plus, there's risk, very small risk compared to traditional businesses risk, di ba? Ang liit-liit lang talaga ng capital niya compared if you were going to invest, let's say, in a food cart, di ba? Na everyday nagbabayad ka ng overhead, every month nagbabayad ka ng overhead, etc., etc. Minimum you'll spend 300,000. Here, usually it's about 50,000 lang. 50 na kayang-kaya mong i-ROI at Kembot. Pumili ka lang na magandang company like ours, di ba? So, yun nga, if so you can do that. You can take a leap into your dreams and into your goals, choose the right industry, the right vehicle, especially our industry, because as I said, the system already permits for luck to happen, and the risks are very, very small. Second, choose a goal and take it on. So you have to, second, you have to choose a goal. As I said, diba, take a leap. Choose a goal and take it on, because these are still prerequisites for being lucky. Diba? It trains you and grows you to become determined, and determined and helps in pursuing your success eh, in your highest goals. Okay? So the thing is, ang determination is like an energy that carries you closer to luck, to the result, and the result, and then to success, and to luck, luck, or the next, or to the next lucky breakthroughs. So you need a vehicle talaga, guys, and your vehicles are your goals, whatever that is. Okay, so I wonder ko ang goal ko magpa-sexy, 'di ba? I wonder at what point ako magiging lucky. Magiging lucky if this is only applicable for business, career, work, choices in life, 'di ba? So anyway, yun. Next, feed your mind, 'di ba? Taking on lucky success will still require you to have a very healthy thinking emotion. Remember, unhealthy thoughts and emotion kasi, guys, they take up time, attention, effort, and energy. So if you keep if your head is just filled of mega thoughts, and you can't really take yourself away from complaining, whining, 'di ba? What else? Gossiping, yung mga lahat ng negative, nasasayang yung oras. So you have to spend your attention and time on grooming your mind in the direction of success, happiness, fulfillment, and go-getting attitude. So not the fortunate thing is we can train our heads for mental toughness. You know, we have this book reading, and you are reading, and one of the comments that I have about all these books on success is that they don't they just say you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that, but they don't tell you how you can get from this thing to being this person, to being and to the next great version of yourself. What is the in between? And I always tell them that it's mental toughness. And you know what? They would just go, okay, pass, pass, pass. But you know what? Recently we had our Asia Pacific convention, and we had Jay Shetty, a monk, a former monk who's now a best-selling author, and one of the things that he espouses is mental toughness. So, guys, if you want mental toughness, dito po kayo makinig, okay? So, again, the message, feed your mind, okay? Feed your mind, groom your mind in the direction of success, happiness, fulfillment, and go-getting attitude, okay? So, yun. So, last but also related, start with a lock caller. Yung tagatawag ng lock, di ba? Take on a business that you are willing to take risk on, basta legal, moral, ethical. And without me, and hindi ko na emphasize pa, that in our industry, guys, you have to check it out. Basta legal, moral, ethical, okay? So, it's 7:56 already. I hope that this was a particularly interesting topic for you guys. Diba? If swerte plays a role, and all you have to do is to be successful, and all you have to do is map out, diba, the direction of success. Where is it headed? Diba? Where do you want it to go? What is your be, do, and have? Then, uh, then essentially, once you have all these things, all you have to do is start showing up every single day, diba? Every single day, and then climbing every wall or every obstacle that you need to hurdle, because I guarantee you that the minute that you say, okay, I'm now going in, ang unang hurdle nyo is your brain, diba? And then once you're so used to beating your demons and dramas, the next hurdle will be the actual action plan. Like for example, me, if my action plan is let's say to do Facebook paid post ad, right? For so that I can find anyone who may want to be independent distributors and invite them. If that is my game plan, So I would usually do a paid post for 5 days, right? And whoever sends me a message, or whoever likes my page, I will try to message them and invite them for our Zoom briefing. But here's the thing: once this I have completed all the likers, all the commenters, all the responses to the messages, I'm back to zero again, diba? So that thing, and if I do it repeatedly, let's say for 2 3 weeks, that game plan carry out, and still I'm always back to zero, that's the next wall that I have to that I need to fix. Getting into something, getting into a goal is just like that. First, you have to hurdle your mind. Second, you have to hurdle the blocks that you encounter in your game plan. Then hurdle and then plan around it, create a new strategy, then execute it again, then fix again your head so that it will always be in the game. So it's just like that. But the thing is, what I know of it is that failing, whether you are failing or failing slash having mistakes or succeeding, each time you take action, you are always brought to something. You're always brought to a direction or to a result. So yun naman yung I know for a fact that is really the parang the byproduct of showing up and committing to carrying out the action that you want for you, that action necessary to get to your goals and to get to your success. Okay, uh, so if you want to succeed, if you want to be lucky, succeed first. If you want to succeed first, come up with what you want to do with your life. What is your be, do, and have, and roll out your game plan and action plan, and keep going, 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 going. Okay, so that's a wrap, guys. You never know if you are lucky or unlucky until you go and plunge in the direction of your success and happiness. Okay, so my main message for you guys is just go for it. Basta legal, moral, ethical. So this is DJ Chin saying good night and have a lucky, successful week ahead of you guys. So to all of those na everyone out there, diba, na vulnerable to COVID-19, guys, remember, stay smart, stay safe, stay moneyed, stay healthy, and stay alive. Good night and see you again next Saturday. Thank you.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not necessarily those